Greetings to another video. I thought I would come on and just chat to you a little bit about my lack of motivation to ride recently. I think it's just the changing weather, it's just darker, it's colder. But I'm going to share what I do to kind of get my motivation back. So this is going to be different depending on what you like to do on the bike. Whereas for me, I love climbs and obviously I like exploring new places. But with lockdown, obviously people can't travel. And so I thought I would go to a different area in Greater Manchester that I never really ride and try and find some fun climbs to do. Because I generally, and I think I'm not the only person that does this, I generally just go on like routes that I know and climbs that I'm used to doing. So I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna explore a little bit. So I'm gonna jump onto Strava. This is how I always find new climbs. Head onto Strava, onto the explore page. You can like click on one of these sections. So let's have a look at this, 4.42k. And it'll tell you how far it is, average grading, and the elevation that you get from that. Let's go and have a look. Right, so the 4 climbs that I've found that I'm going to do and plot a route for are Caldermella, Marple Ridge Climb, Collishaw Road Official, and Werneth Low. So on the routes page, let me just start off over here so we get where we want to go. And then when you're on here, you can actually show the segment. So you just click that little box. So, and there are different like toggles that you can use there. So you can do it whether it's a run. You can also choose whether you want the most direct or the most popular. And then you can also choose elevation. I generally use maximum elevation because I like to climb. And then now I'm going to try and plot the route. So click to start a route, and then I'm going to go there. Okay, now I've plotted my route. This is my route. So I call it I never ride here. So as you can see, I've got 4 climbs. Now I've planned that. Just save that, and then I just export that, and that just goes. Actually, I've got that linked up to my Wahoo, so it is just once I save it on here, it's automatically on my Wahoo app, and then I just sync that to my Wahoo Roam, and then it's ready to ride. So I'm kind of going to go round, do them once, and then I'm going to go and do it again. So the first one is basically to scope them out, and then the second time I go and do them, I'm going to do an F. I'm going to pick one that I want to do an effort on, and aim for a top 10 finish. I mean, it's quite a big thing because a couple of these I've since found are very popular climbs. Didn't realise the Collishaw Lane one is used for hill climbs. Never even knew that. I would never have known if it wasn't for Strava. So, right, I'm going to head on now and find some climbs. Right, so I've just done the first climb. I think it's called Marple Ridge. I think that's Marple Ridge. Look at that view. The climb started off and I was a bit kind of like, it just kind of comes through houses. I was like, yeah, this isn't like great. And then it got like a little bit more exposed. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Look at that view, it just opens out, loads of fields. You can see for so far. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. First one done, now let's get on to the second one. Let's get this off though, because I'm bloody sweating. Oh, and this is literally like 20, well maybe it's a bit further, maybe 25k from my house. Never done it. Carrying on now, I think the next one is Collishaw Road? I don't know, we'll see. So let's get some more views, some more climbs, some more meters elevation, and find the next segment. It's so good. I can't believe how steep it is. I can't believe I didn't know about it. So this is up top of Collishaw Lane. Manchester is there. Let's head to the 4th climb, which is this way. And I'm trying to think what it's called. Caldermella. Cultural Lane, Werneth Low. Yeah, Werneth Low I think it is. Also as well, I think I've done like 20k or something. It's ridiculous how short a distance it is and how many epic climbs I've managed to cram, how different like Strava segments I've managed to cram into one little area. Good little spot. I'm kicking myself a little bit. I've never really ridden down here. So that one was Werneth Low, and I think out of the four that was my least favourite, just because, I don't know, it was just like you have to go on a main road, and I mean it's really pretty at the top, but I think my favourite to do the effort on is Collishaw Lane, which is just at the other side of this, but it was just so steep, and just like, I don't know why, I just like to suffer. I like to suffer and try and get like a decent time on the actual segment. So I've got live segments on my Wahoo, so I can see obviously where it starts and finishes, so I can kind of pace my effort. I can't even breathe, that was so good. I think my time was like 5:26, and I think the first time it was like 7:11. The thing was, I was on the segments, oh God, it kept saying behind, so I was like push it, and I thought it was comparing my last time, but it was comparing the QOM, so I was like trying to chase that, like what was I thinking? But I guess that's good for motivation. I would never ever have pushed that hard. Oh God. So the the joint ninth is 5:23, and I got 5:26. I did not think I would be anywhere near that, because the first time I came up it was like 7 minutes, but this is giving me a little bit of motivation now. I'm going to set the goal to come back and do it in 5:20 over winter. So yeah, I'm going to come back. Sorry, like I love that feeling though. Like that was such a good short, sharp effort. Oh my God, I love it. And this is exactly how I found all the climbs and the segments that I love doing now, was just going on the explore page on Strava. That is how I found every single, well, some of them I've been told about, but then I've always gone on and found them on the Strava page to figure out to put them into a route. So it is such a great tool, a great training tool to have that as just motivation, just a motivation against yourself. Like yes, top 10 is great, but it was just for me to like, can I push myself that hard? And for me it's just about pushing me against me, and oh my God, I love it. Whew. Let's talk a little bit about motivation, because in this time of year I don't have much motivation to ride at all, and generally I will normally just book to go on holiday somewhere warm, but obviously with travel restrictions and stuff, obviously that's not been possible for pretty much everybody. So for me, being able to find new climbs and new areas to ride and like new nice views to ride around has like definitely been a huge motivation, and I guess it's going to be different for everybody, because maybe for you want to find, I don't know, like a really long flat road that you can like do a TT effort on, or you might want to find a really like steady climb that you want to go and do reps of to get, I don't know, maybe Strava local legend. But for me it is definitely finding just new climbs that I can go and like just flog myself up, and I guess for me this year I've definitely been exploring a lot more locally than I have done before, because like I say, I've always just gone on holiday somewhere, and I think when you go away somewhere you always make the effort to find climbs and find different areas and do a bit of research, but I think we don't necessarily do that as much like where we live, because we're just used to our own routes that we go on and just stick to them. So I'm going to give you all a little challenge. So as part of the Strava Last of the Light challenge, which is to ride 12 hours outside, 12 hours of activity outdoors in November, I reckon at least half of that, try and do it on new roads. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to try and do at least 6 hours, or maybe like 6 hour rides just somewhere different on a different climb that I've never ridden before. So yeah, today was good. I got 4 new climbs. So yeah, that is the challenge. Let me know what areas you are gonna go and explore, because obviously depending on where you live in, lockdown restrictions and all that stuff, you might not be able to go very far, but I'm literally 20k. I'm still in Greater Manchester, which is where we're allowed to ride still. So yeah, I've enjoyed it. So right, I want to go and I will see you at next video. Cold. Ah! Ah! It's so cold! I used to film that.